Hey guys, I hope you're having a fantastic day. Thank you so much for joining me today. I had my Xolair injections. I think this is like 9 or 10. I'll put it in the title so you'll all know. It's a little bit different this time, the injection. I ended up breaking out like ever so slightly, and I did end up running a little bit of a low-grade fever afterwards. I only know that because then I had to go get another COVID-19 test. I think this was at least my 4th swab test, and I don't know, maybe like 5th or 6th total, because I've had blood ones, I've had it through the nose, I've had it through my mouth. I've had all different types of COVID-19 tests at this point. So this one was just, of course, to make sure for surgery that I don't have COVID-19. So fingers crossed that it's all, comes out perfect, because we don't really want to postpone surgery, obviously. My heart rate did go up a little bit from the Xolair and, the stress of the injection and yada, yada, yada. I feel like when I get my Xolair, I need it big time, and they were like, we asked the anesthesiologist, should I get it or skip it because I'm so stinking close to surgery. They were like, oh my gosh, no, get it, because they didn't want any mast cell issues, which I totally understand, but it is an immunosuppressant and a biologic, so you want to double check everything. So I did end up a little bit like tachycardic and everything, but not really like super tachycardic, but like my heart rate did go up just from the injection, because when I get the injection, I feel like the tumor kind of throws off more hormones. No, I don't know that for a fact, but I go based off of my symptoms. And I already did like all my fluids for the week, so I am already de-accessed. My site's been looking real good. I don't know if you can tell. I've been doing like extra care for it because I don't know if we're using it for surgery. So I've been alternating using tea bags and ice. I can't do a lot of ice, guys, because I actually have like a mild ice allergy. So if I have too much ice, I will break out, or I turn like really purple, and it cuts off circulation, and then I have difficulty getting like the circulation back. So I try not to do ice that often, but I've been monitoring it, so I'll put it on for like maybe 3 to 4 minutes, and like I said, the hot tea bag, I've actually been taping tea bags to my port site when I'm de-accessed, obviously, just to bring down the inflammation in case we end up using it for surgery and I'm accessed longer than my body's used to. I just like to keep it super nice because it is something that's kind of in my control, and 95% of this stuff just totally isn't in my control, and there's absolutely nothing I can do. So it's nice to just do something for the one thing that I can. So anyways, yeah, Xolair overall went okay. Like I said, I broke out a little bit of heart rate increased, but I do feel like my heart rate is still semi-okay. So it should be all right for surgery, but I'm going to let the doctor know that it does obviously fluctuate a lot throughout the day, depending on kind of what's going on. Like I had shared with you, no Remicade. I'm definitely seeing how much Remicade has affected. Oh my goodness. Like, I knew Remicade is like, a cornerstone to my treatment. And like, it makes me feel better. I knew that. But I didn't realize how much better I feel with it until you don't have it. And then you're like, oh my gosh. So it's been interesting learning everything that it's helped with. It definitely helps with my weakness, my fatigue. My pain levels have been awful. I had a doctor though that like I was explaining like my pain to the physician, and she kind of looked at me and she was like, I don't understand why you're in pain. I was like, I don't understand what you're not understanding, like, to be honest with you, because I'm missing Remicade, which is the main medicine, but I'm also missing all my supplements and vitamins, and I've mentioned before, I've got a lot of deficiencies, and then I have so much inflammation, and of course, without my medicines and without the supplements, the inflammation gets worse, and then there's the whole cancerous tumor, and then other tumor, and everything's just a hot mess, and then a bunch of diseases flaring, which just means they're active. So there's a ton going on in my body, so I'm not really sure what she wasn't understanding, but whatever. Yeah, so I guess that those are like the main things at the moment. The COVID test went okay. They're not pleasant, they're not comfortable, but you get through it. You try not to think about it, you try not to squirm, and you try not to scream, just because like with connective tissue and stuff, at least for me personally, and I know a lot of people are like more sensitive with it, so like we feel stuff a little bit more than like your average person. Like when my PICC line was in, I would just sometimes like just feel like the PICC there, and you know, like most people like just don't feel that. So yeah, so we are going to be heading home soon, which I'm so excited to see Abby. We lost power yesterday for like a good portion of the evening, so I have stuff to get caught up on since we had no internet, no power. Came back on 4 a.m., which was lovely. Kind of startled Abby though, like when she realized that it was back on, and then she had seen my dad in the hallway and she was like, ah, because it was so early. She's not always a morning pup, so I'm really excited though just to go home and see her and just to take a break from all the medical stuff for a little bit. I have to work on packing. I've got to get ready for a telephone appointment with anesthesiology tomorrow. I just got to like get my med list all ready. I have other meds just to get ready in general for next week. I have a lot still to do, guys. Oh my goodness. But yeah, I'm trying not to like get too overwhelmed by everything that needs to get done, and we're working on it. So I have all that, and obviously all the packing. I will show you guys like as I'm packing and whatnot. I'm gonna be having like a car bag, and then like I guess I might put like my stuff for like the hotel, because we're staying in a hotel for one night. I am one night. My parents are staying more than one night. I'll be in the hospital, obviously. I might put like my stuff for that night like in with their bag. I don't really know yet. And then I have to pack my hospital bag. So that's what we got going on. And then I have some like loose ends that I want to tie up pretty for Bible study. I want to work on that and maybe get done some reading. It's been raining off and on, so like I'm debating taking Abby for a walk. I would really like to, but we'll see. I do like to try to walk after Xolair and Remicade. I find like if I don't like move enough, like I feel like the medicine kind of pools in my legs, but if I'm able like to walk and do all that nice stuff, I feel better quicker. So I do want to try to walk a little bit and maybe sit outside, because we do have a covered porch. So okay guys, so I just figured I would do a little bit more of a Xolair update. I've been having, you know, a lot of the same symptoms that I always struggle with. I have noticed though that the nausea has been a lot more intense than usual, so I'm not really sure what's up with that. But I've had a lot of the weakness in my legs, in my arms. I've done a lot of the shaking again. Just feeling really weak, really tired, wiped out easily, all of like the normal stuff. I'm actually surprised that it's not kind of a little bit worse, just because I am missing Remicade, so I feel like side effect wise it's not any worse than like with Remicade or without Xolair. Either way, it's still a challenge for my body, obviously. I'm just really thankful though that it is not a whole lot worse. I did notice though that the itching has been a little bit more intense this time, and I have broken out a little bit more, and the brain fog's been a little bit worse. But I think other than that, like, it's about normal. The only thing is I didn't sleep as much as I usually do. So if you don't know this already, if you haven't seen my other videos, usually after Xolair I either don't sleep at all or I sleep a ton. I didn't really do either. I was kind of like slept a normal amount, I feel like. I went to bed kind of late, but then I was up super early because my bladder was bothering me and I had to use the bathroom. So I have been peeing a lot today. I don't necessarily know if that's Xolair related, but I'm trying to keep track of it better, honestly, just because it's helpful information, obviously, for me, for my doctors, and it's a good thing when you're doing like advocacy work and sharing about Xolair. It's a good thing to kind of try to figure out what's linked. Yeah, so I think that's really it with the Xolair stuff. So I hope you all enjoyed this video, and